others. It doesn't mean that when you love yourself that you hate others. But if you take care of your own household first, if you take care of your own household first, it's like a man going to work every week or woman, getting paid every Friday, bringing home that $100 check. They're supposed to bring home, they get paid $100, but when they come home, they only bring home $1. And this goes on and on and on, that relationship's going to have problems. That's why when we look at each other and say, what's happening? What's happening? When we should say, how can we continue to be this stupid? Everyone else is laughing at you and see you as a fool for conducting your household this way, our community, our families. As a result, our madness garners no respect or authority. I'll address this in the next paragraph. Think about that. As a result, our madness garners no respect or authority. Step back again and just listen to me. There is a different approach. Just give me a portion of your time during the next few years before election and let me teach you a different approach. Just a different way of thinking. We think the symptoms are the problem. But the problem is the problem, and the symptoms flow from the problem. But if you think the symptoms are the problem, you will never be able to solve the problem. When it comes to reparations and politicians delivering on their deceptions, it's called the power of negotiation. In order to negotiate, you have to have something that the other party to the transaction values and needs. If one party can get what they need and value for free without any repercussions, there is no need to negotiate. For example, your vote, which if leveraged properly can get you reparations and stop institutional oppression. What I am saying to you is you can only negotiate from a position of strength and not weakness. You loving everybody else more than you love yourself is not only weakness, it is madness. It is also 5150, is mental. Where there is no unity of purpose, there can be no vision and the people perish. Are we not perishing as a people and as a nation? There can never be strength under these circumstances. We have allowed ourselves to be tossed to and fro, here and there. There is too much tribalism, and especially within our communities. Out of all these churches, why don't we have a school for our children? Why do our black institutions continue to suffer? You want to know why everyone else gets reparations? They are backed by an organized body of individuals who believe in each other and are willing to put their money where their mouth is. They also have a governmental body, the power of negotiation. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Jesus empowered us to be like gods when he told us in John 14:12, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do." He commanded us, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto the Father. First of all, Jesus is telling us that if you believe in me, you will do my work. He did not say, call on my name and you will be saved. He said to do my work, period. All you who just call his name, which is being used as a random cliche, are blaspheming the name of Jesus, because there is only one power. There is only power when you do his work. That's where the power in the name of Jesus comes from, because when you call on the name of Jesus, that means you are working like he did. You are working in the spirit of unity. Second, Jesus commanded us to do more than what he did, which not only puts us on his level, but elevated us to God's status. If we do more. So Jesus became a verb, an action figure, who gave us power and authority over our own lives to do more. So why are we giving this power away? Why are we giving this power away? Hoping and praying that someone outside of ourselves will come and rescue us. Why are we giving our power away? Jesus is also telling us in the scriptures that his time here has ended, has come to an end, and he is going home to be with the Father who is in heaven. And you got to handle your own business, because I'm out of here. Why? Because he knew that he has empowered us with everything we need to wrestle with wickedness in high places and throw it to the ground. He didn't tell us to beg, hope, have faith, and pray, and we wonder why we do not have negotiating power. Jesus gave us an order to go out and handle your business. Keep hope alive is not a viable strategy of any kind, and it's definitely not what God mandated and intended for us to do in our short lives. No more nonsense of being deceived by false teaching, being led to your slaughter and destruction, having to fake success on the outside, being empty on the inside for the love of money. It's time we evolve by making it profitable to work together, and no more despising your neighbor by any means necessary. I speak into existence that we will be eager and able to work together, because we will be on the same page. No more tribalism. A renewal of the mind will lead to a cultural, economic, and business renaissance within our communities and this nation. Because in such a time as this, we need all hands and minds on deck. Did you hear me? We need all hands and minds on deck, willing to work together. Our own Wall Street division, creating thousands of new millionaires each year through our affiliate programs. Each one, teach one. Earn while you learn. A program of action that not only educates people, but puts money in their pockets as well. They're now being smart enough to invest and make anything you touch grow and prosper, just by turning our faces back to God and thinking different. Just by thinking and doing things differently. I can't say more about this right now. But it's a mathematical formula grounded in unity that breaks you out of the status quo. I always hear people say, how can they come to this country and become rich and we still stuck at the bottom and poor and impoverished, but we still flock to them with our precious resources? Another form of madness, mental illness, insanity. In Matthew 18:20, for where two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. In our collective unity as a nation, you should see that this is the spiritual formula for success. It's a win-win approach. It's a cosmic principle of success. You can even refer to Jesus as a socialist, because he told us to love and care for one another. And everyone must work to show themselves approved unto God. And for those of you who cannot work, for whatever bona fide reason, we are to care for you as well. But most everyone has the capacity to contribute in their own way. The biggest problem we have is wasting money and time by not understanding our intellectual and economic potential in the context of learning the right information and then working together to make it happen. This is called creation, family. Coming together will be fun, educational, and spiritually profitable. A new breed of American or wherever you reside in the world is for everyone. Free your mind from mental slavery. As another of our great prophets, Bob Marley, has instructed us to do, which is also in line with God's purpose for us. Free your mind from mental slavery. Free your mind is an action phrase. It requires action on your part. See, Jesus is an action God. He's an action figure. An action figure, which is not the same as we find ourselves in religion today. It's passive. That's passive. Jesus is action. See, there's a difference right there. My. Let me ask you a question. Why haven't other movements mentioned briefly been successful after leadership was no longer on the scene? Let me respond to my own question. It was a lack of personal responsibility and a strategy by leadership and the people that it was intended to help. There was no strategy. The people never did their part. Not only that, the leadership did not know themselves what part the people should play in their own liberation, other than talking, marching, and begging with empty slogans. Keep hope alive, leaving the people to fend for themselves. I also realized that not only were our minds intentionally kept dark, and as a policy, we were kept divided by various means, as we can see in our churches today, in our own neighborhood, in our own families. Divide and conquer. But now with technology and hearing this message, we have the ability to cure our madness and come together in the privacy of our homes as individuals and as groups. I am offering to you this opportunity to come together in order to learn how to heal and grow. As Brother Malcolm said, the revolution will not be televised because what? The revolution will take place in your mind. Spend some time reading my website and listen to my videos. Enroll in the orientation. And then the Financial Literacy Weekly Workshop, which involves training you and your entire family and community. I must say this is a wonderful program and well worth the investment of your time, talents, and treasures with yourself, sitting with your family. See, this is a time to check your kids and make sure that they're proficient in their schooling, that they can read and they can write and they know their math. Spend some time with them, talk to them, but it's laid out in the program to walk you through step by step. It's a marvelous program. Can you put a price on freedom? Freedom from crime, poverty, despair, and depression, which are all the medical symptoms of insanity, which is madness. How much would you be willing to pay for that? To be free from crime, poverty, despair, and depression in your own communities, in your own lives, in your households, and your children can play outside and there's no more drive-by shootings. How much would you pay for that? Let's make this a movement in healing and personal excellence. The first step is to stop the wealth drain from our communities because we are losing ground passing on generational wealth. Instead of growing forward, we're growing backwards. With less wealth now than at the end of slavery in 1865, which then only represented 1% of American wealth.